what it's worth.
Huh?
For what it's worth.
Okay.
But
Okay, we're good.
I worked in the rolling mill,
Yeah.
and I forget why or what I did, but I sat up in the cubicle above the rolls, and there were what they call soaking pits further up the river, up the mill. They were big, huge, brick-lined boxes, and the tops rolled back, and they bring a crane in, and they got the ingots to rolling temperature, then pull an ingot out, put it on the roll line, and I sat up in the cubicle where they controlled all this. And the ingot would come under us and head down the line. And first it would be compressed by, I believe they were 48-inch diameter rolls.
Yeah.
And got the ingot down to maybe 24 by 24, much longer now.
Yeah.
And it kept going down, getting smaller and longer. And finally it got down to the end, and they cut it into pieces.
Yeah.
And then that went to further processing into I-beams and whatever else they were going to make.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, when you have a 2,000-degree block of steel, half the size of a boxcar, and it gets hit with water,
Yeah.
and they had water on the rolls
Yeah.
because they didn't want the rolls.
Yeah.
There was steam and sparks,
Yeah.
and it was pretty nasty. Hard work, dangerous work. I had my helmet, and I gave it away to somebody.
Yeah.
Don't know where it is now, but it was an interesting job. And the second year I was there, basically I became a draftsman. I worked in the office with my draftsman's board and worked on plans, and then I moved on.
Yeah. Do you remember what the temperatures were that you had to get those the steel up to stretch the ingots or whatever?
Well,
Like
they
thousands
came
of
out.
degrees,
They
or?
came out of the soaking pit at 2,000 Fahrenheit.
Oh, okay, 2000. Okay.
Yeah. And as they went down the line, they cooled.
Yeah.
And like I said, they put water on the rolls. Otherwise, the rolls would get hot.
Yeah.
So there was lots of steam, cinders, slag.
Did you work at number 6 with your dad?
Oh
With my grandfather?
no.
Not at the
No,
same
I
place?
never got close to direct contact.
Yeah.
I had I had glass walls in front of me where the steel came out from underneath our cupola,
Yeah.
and that hit the rolls, and steam and sparks would fly.
Did he work down on the floor at the furnace, Dad? Did he work the floor like with Dorothy number 6? Was he like down in that stuff like every day with
Yeah.
like burning metal, like molten metal, for probably
Well,
for decades, right? He worked there for decades, right?
He worked there. I'm not sure what he did,
Yeah.
but he eventually worked his way into the union
Yeah.
and became chairman of the union grievance committee. So when there was a dispute,
Yeah.
he spent as much time, I won't say in a courtroom,
Yeah.
but fighting for the workers with management,
Yeah.
usually for better working conditions or better overtime or
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah. So he was good at facilitating communication and getting results.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a picture of my grandmother, your mother. Do you mind if I get a video shot of that real quick?
Of course not.
Okay.
Mary Jane.
Mary Jane. Mary Jane Pastrick, right?
Correct.
Yep. And
Her father was also a mill worker. He worked maintenance
yeah.
in McKeesport.
Yeah.
And mills are pretty heavy duty,
Yeah.
but all sorts of things go wrong. And he was basically a mechanic.
Okay.
He'd know how to hook up a cable, but after he turned the bolt on it, where it went from there, somebody else took over.
Yeah. He told me that during the Depression he had a job painting out smokestacks at the mills, like hanging on a rope with a plank.
He may have.
Yeah. And he used to, I guess, go down to the end of the street and like dig holes on the side of the hill and have his own little coal mine to get coal. Can I tell you something, Dad? You know what I did? So when I was a little kid, I took a piece of coal from your parents' house,
Yeah.
Grandma and Grandpa's house, and I took it. You know, it's a chunk. It's a chunk. It's like
Yeah.
about the size of
Yeah.
maybe a third of a brick. And I've
Yeah.
had it for all these years since I was like, a little kid.
Uh-huh.
And when I drove to Texas last year, I gave that piece of coal, I would like to say I gave it to Grace, who is John and Teresa's youngest daughter. So
Okay.
I think I gave her that piece of coal and told her that I took it from there, and that her great great grandfather may have taken that out of the side of the hill from where they lived, and told her a little bit about it. And I think she's the one I gave it to.
Well, there were coal mines all over, but
Yeah.
mostly the coal came out of WVA on barges
Yeah,
and up the lawn,
yeah,
unload,
yeah,
and then the empty barge would go back down and get another load.
yeah. I read at the top of Mount Washington when I was up there a few weeks back.
Mhm.
I was up there at, like, sunrise. It was foggy. It was pretty cool, a little mist. But I read up there that they said when they found Mount Washington and all this Pittsburgh reserves, all these minerals and stuff, they said it was the largest reserve in the world at the time of those types of, raw materials.
Yeah.
And I didn't really quite realize that about Pittsburgh, I knew that it was a key place for steel worldwide when it was booming. I know that, and I know because of the three rivers, the confluence, then that's like a plus. One river flows north, one river flows from the south, and You know, and then you get your access to the main rivers in the middle of the country and Mississippi,
one
Missouri.
is up north, one is down south.
Yeah, the
But
Monongahela.
they all flow west
Yeah, and the
into
Monongahela.
the Ohio.
Yeah.
Allegheny, Monongahela,
Yeah.
Monongahela,
Yeah.
into the Ohio.
Yeah. It's the best.
And the Ohio goes to,
I think it's the Mississippi.
well,
Or is it the Missouri?
I'm not sure it hits the Mississippi.
It does. It connects.
Well, it may hit the Missouri first.
I think what happens. I think the Mississippi and the Missouri come together, and the Ohio either comes in right before or right after Missouri.
They named the Missouri is basically the headwaters of the Miss.
Yeah.
And one essentially straight flow all the way to the Gulf.
Yeah.
And that was how they brought in the iron ore. I think the coal and coke, there was a coke plant in Braddock, I believe.
Okay.
And that's where they turned the coal into coke. Because you couldn't burn coal in a blast furnace. But they turned it into coke and dumped it in to the top of the furnace. And that carbon effect didn't produce heat, but it helped to refine the iron ore.
Kind of like a catalyst to help the process go forward.
Yes.
Okay.
To get the impurities out of the iron ore, so that iron came out of the bottom,
The chemistry of it, yeah.
and then that went to further processing, where it was processed into higher grades of iron called steel.
Okay. Yeah.
It was big, hot, dirty, and dangerous.
Let me ask this, Dad. Did you ever hear any of the men talk about when you were younger about what happened in Homestead right around World War I when the Frick sent in the Pinkertons on barges with guns to break up the stuff that was the
No,
strikes?
No.
Because Pinkerton did it twice, and at one point there was like basically a battle for a day and a half, and like some people were killed or something. But Frick did that. Frick.
Well,
Who has the art museum and all that? Yeah, it was him. He's like, you guys thinking to buck up on me? And he sent in some gunmen, Pinkerton.
well, by the time I was a kid,
Yeah, it was years before you.
yeah, well before me,
Yeah.
the workers had unionized,
Yeah,
and
probably because of that.
they were called, the initials were USS, United Steelworkers something.
Yeah.
And I used to have my old man's union badge.
Really?
Yeah.
Where's it at now? Hey.
Well, I've been a lot of places.
Yeah.
I may have given it up to
Yeah.
a bro or a sis.
Yeah. Let me ask you this. Did you did I sent you my Steelers jersey that says Vizdos on it, right? Do you ever wear that thing? Do you still have it? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I sent it to you like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, because Katya had given it to me, and when I was trying to do out of sight, out of mind, I thought I could wash her out of my mind. I sent it to you, I think.
I may have it in a drawer. I don't know.
Do you wear it? Can I have it back so I can wear it? It's Steelers season. It's dope. Now I'm at the point where I can deal with her stuff, you know? Where before
Tell
I
you
couldn't.
what.
I don't mean like a dick and weirdo, but it's like, if you're not going to wear it, man, I'd wear it. It's beautiful. It's one of those really nice jerseys. It's a real one. Professional letters.
Let's go look.
Okay. I'll turn this shit off.